What's going on YouTube? Hayden back making another brand new Crypto TV episode. In today's video, we're going to be looking at Litecoin, Bitcoin, Ethereum, as well as Emercoin to Bitcoin. As always, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications. We are doing a giveaway at 5,000 subscribers. Otherwise, let's get on with today's episode. So before I start the technical analysis, hopefully you guys are all aware of what today's date is. It's September 11th, 9/11 is when basically two planes crashed into the Empire State Building, or sorry, the World Trade Centers in New York City. It's a very, very, very terrible thing that happened, and I just wanted to make everyone aware of that and that I am fully aware of what happened, and I am honestly so upset and pretty traumatized as what the whole event happened. As hopefully you guys know, I am from Long Island. My parents work in the city, so they were actually very, very, very close to the incident when it happened. So it's pretty wild that this actually does impact my life in such a crazy way. But I just wanted to give a couple seconds of silence for what happened, and I then will get on with the TA. But all right, thank you guys. Let's just jump into the technical analysis for right now and today's show. So let's just move on over to the coin market cap. So right now, I have the coin market cap open. I did refresh the page. You could see a market cap of 190 billion, 190.8 billion. 11 billion in 24-hour trade volume, and then a Bitcoin dominance of 57%, literally a new dominant high for Bitcoin, taking on more and more of the market as it can. Even though the prices are falling, more is leaking out of the altcoins rather than Bitcoin. So obviously we're going to talk about whether or not crypto and Litecoin and Bitcoin are going to be breaking a nearby support. Like, is Bitcoin going to dip below $6,000? And are we going to see Litecoin test that $30 level that we've, been dreading for so long and hoping that it doesn't happen? And it seems like I've literally been on my laptop all day today through class watching the prices drop all the way to $50. And obviously it doesn't sit that very well with me, but it's something that we are going to have to talk about. And where there is downtrend, there are always reversals that could happen. And we're going to look at the possibilities and the potential of such. So just to get a quick recap, top 10 coins are practically all down except for Stellar. So that's an interesting one to note. I would do that, but we're going to look at Emercoin for right now. Otherwise, the market is definitely getting hit pretty darn hard. Everything, even some are down double digits. Nano. Otherwise, wow, Holo down 11%. Coins are down pretty heavy, way below 5%, and nothing's really up, but you can see the change in Bitcoin is only 0.46, so it's not really being that much affected compared to the altcoins. So that shows you how much money and volume is being sucked out of the altcoins. It's very interesting. I'm very shocked. We should see some days of consolidation after this, but moving on to Bitcoin. So this is a very interesting graph right now. I'm looking at this on the daily. I kind of made some more lines. I know this is getting very, very, very crowded. And I do think very shortly I'm just going to delete all the lines off of Bitcoin and Litecoin and then make some new ones, and we can continue there. And it'll show you guys how to draw some on there too. But as of right now, you guys can see I added a small pennant flag forming right here. You can see this downtrend right here at the top, how you have 1, 2, and now 3 points of contact. It also lines up with that high-low middle moving average. And you can also see I have a support uptrend on the bottom that has 1, 2, and 3 points of contact. So these are pretty secure and definite trend lines right now. One thing to notice is we are pretty low on the daily charts, only at around 37 points, I guess we'll call that, on the RSI. So things are looking very interesting. And then I drew it more so on the 4-hour chart, but you guys can see on the daily there is a slight downtrend forming on the daily candles. And what's interesting to note is this 6,200 and I'd say $6,188, $6,200 is a pretty critical support for Bitcoin. A lot of people are saying that the $6,000 level is also a big support, and it may very well be, but the price that it's going to potentially retest at 6,200 to me seems to be a fair value of where our critical support is hanging. I also have a very, very big one drawn at 5,800, and I would be very shocked at that if we do fall all the way back down to here. You know, we were setting these higher lows and lower highs, but it does seem to be somewhat reversing. Interesting to note, though, is there are some forming. You guys can see this is the higher low, higher low, or sorry, higher low, a higher low, and now another higher low. You know, could we move back up and bounce off of the top of this downtrend at like 6,900? You know, that's probably where the high-low MMA is going to kind of bump down into. So there's a chance that if things do go correctly, you know, how we want them to, we could potentially see a move up to that $7,000 range again. Maybe not 7,300 unless we break bullish from this pennant flag. Or if things do trade south, we may fall down to 5,800. It's very possible. Obviously, nobody wants to see it go that low. You know, it almost feels like we could potentially go to zero. I know that sounds crazy, and I know it's practically impossible, but it's very possible that we can see some very unwanted lows. And it's all around just a big mind-blowing thing, the fact that we've seen prices so unbearably high, up into the thousands and thousands with a $750 billion market cap, and we're now literally only $190 billion. It really makes you think, like, how much money has been sucked out of the market? Where did it all go? Like, how did they manipulate it so well to gain such a momentum on the market? But to move on from that, we're now looking at Litecoin, and to show you a few things that I've noted is on the relative strength index, you guys can see there is some sort of downtrend forming right here. You can see that we have 1, 2, 3, almost 4 or 5 points of contact on this downtrend, and you can see that I've also drawn it up on the graph right here that we also have a smaller downtrend followed by a bigger downtrend right here, which I can just show you if I zoom out really quick. You can see where we have tested it. I think it was better on the daily, but you can see right around here. And then right around here, we've also tested this downtrend. Oops, did not mean to do that. Going to put that back on 55. Right around here. Okay. Now, it's just a very interesting chart. So to look at things in a different perspective, if we break bearish, which I'm very shocked that we are back down to here. If we break bearish, $50 is the critical support. We're currently at 51. If we break bearish from that, you know, we could see a 45 being the next support. And then, you know, if things go really bad, $40 could be the next support, $41. But it does seem like this does seem to be a very strong point for Litecoin. It does seem to be a very strong support line right here. You can see that we've tested it in the past. This could be considered a double bottom, but I don't want to just be looking for reasons to run up or hope. So I'm trying to give this a very non-biased, non-hopeful opinion, you know, to just be very monotone throughout this whole thing and not put any emotion into the market, because I know that's what a lot of you guys want to see. So I'm just laying out the information, not trying to sugarcoat it, not trying to shill any coins. But if we do break bearish, we could very well fall to $41. You know, the one thing I do want to mention, though, is every time I see coins go very, very, very low, it's usually followed by a very, very quick and rapid pullback, you know? Like, there must be some sort of buying wall at levels at like 40, if not 45. And as soon as we test that level, we shoot up very quickly and very rapid in price as well. So those are things to pay attention to. You know, it's definitely possible we could see Litecoin test the $30, $40 level. But it's very well possible that right after it hits $40, it could skyrocket up to $85 and $90 immediately after. So it's definitely something I wouldn't weigh out. It's definitely possible, and I'm going to show you what I mean when we look at Coin. But just to really quick wrap things up with these blue chip cryptocurrencies, it's Ethereum. And as you guys can see, Ethereum is still in a downtrend, and it's just amazing to me that we're still extremely oversold on this daily RSI. And you know, when I see these things, I like to mention, like, this is a good buying opportunity for the daily one, you know. So if you guys are completely like not involved in cryptocurrency and you want to get involved, or you have just a little bit of money like that you kind of wouldn't feel uncomfortable with losing, like, if I personally would invest or have invested into Ethereum because it does look quite nice in my opinion. The fact that we're oversold, I'd be very shocked for us to go much lower due to how quickly we have been oversold. And even if we come up ever so slightly, or if not retest the this high-low middle moving average on the daily, it would definitely be a nice little come up in my opinion. As for long-term gains, it's literally just following the market, and I do think overall it's going to stay bearish until it can break this yellow downtrend. But the fact that I'm seeing, you know, it's been a long time since we've seen Ethereum being oversold besides here, but you know, it's never actually broken it until all the way in March of 2018. You know, every time it's retested it, and it's moved up quite a bit, but it's never really been oversold like we're seeing. So to show you guys what I'm talking about with Coin is the fact that even in a bear market and even on a downtrend, what I've noticed with altcoins, and it may relate to Bitcoin too, if not Litecoin and Ethereum, is once it finds its rock bottom, it tends to explode up. And I know we've seen it on Doge, even with that news, and we've seen it on Bitcoin Diamond, whether or not they're called pump and dumps. Every time we find a bottom, a very strong bottom, as you can see right here, you guys can see it's hard to exactly draw. Oh yeah, okay, so you can see right here a very strong bottom right here, and last time we tested this level, we shot right back up off of it and went very, very, very high, blasted right through that high-low middle moving average. And now you look, we finally come back down to retest it. We found rock bottom, we've plummeted down, and then we pop up off of it. So kind of this huge dip, this like 30, 40, 50% dip was followed by a 50% rise almost immediately after. This is literally within the same day. So these events can still happen in cryptocurrency, even in Litecoin and in Bitcoin. So that's what I'm saying. It's very possible that when Bitcoin finds its bottom, whether it's at 5,800 or whether it's at 6,200, as soon as it tests that level, it tends to pop up right up off of that and move at a very rapid rate. So I definitely want you guys to be aware of that. Don't like factor it out or weigh it out as an option. It's definitely possible. But that's going to sum up the episode for today, guys. Just for future notice, I'm trying to figure out what other content you guys want to see. Yes, I'm still going to be doing cryptocurrency. I'm still going to be doing technical analysis. I'm still going to be doing current events. But like, I made 2 videos yesterday on BitTube, and I made one on how to like make $100 a day, and they didn't seem to be the greatest hit. So I'm really trying to find what you guys are interested in watching, and that's what I'm trying to put out, you know. So if you have any suggestions as to what you think you guys would like to see, please let me know in the comments below. And like I said, giveaway at 5K for some crypto TV merch. I'm very excited to be ordering a bunch of that stuff. So you definitely, if you're not subscribed, make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. Peace.